Lucky you.
36 best
Turned
holes in
into
golf.
Alternate Shots podcast,
Barney's Army.
where we talk about golf,
Sandy.
poker,
James Bond.
horse racing,
Double.
classic movies.
Zenyatta.
We have no script.
Down the stretch they come.
We are glad you joined us.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
And I wanted to give you a little bit more background and what it's like to come to Winged Foot for the first time or for the 10,000th time. Billy's not here, but Billy is helped put this together. Billy's actually making his world famous chili. Boy, I wish I was in Westchester County today and tasting that chili. I guess it's 33 degrees up there today and in December. But when you come up to Winged Foot from the Scarsdale entrance, this is what you see. This is what my friends call the entrance to hallowed grounds. So you come up and you're going to drive through, and the first holes you're going to see are going to be to the left. As you come up over that little hill there, you're going to see 3 east, and then to the right is a 4 east tee. And further on down, once you pass the third tee, the little par 3, devil of a par 3 we'll talk about sometime in the future. And the 8th green on the east course to your right, the 9th tee, the 2nd green, they're all there. It's beautiful stuff. You're just getting warmed up to what's in store for you for the rest of the day. Whether you've been there 10,000 times like our friends, or this is the second time, or maybe your first time. And now you come up the driving range, the practice putting greens there, and the flag on the left in this magnificent 100-year-old clubhouse. It is just something built with materials that were found on these 280 acres of Winged Foot. And it's a beautiful picture. Today, that tree is no longer in that piece of grass in front of that circular piece of grass in front of the clubhouse. But when you come, I recommend you go up and see Leo. Leo is sitting majestically right there in front of the clubhouse. Well, looking at it from a different perspective, as we were flying in, let's say you're coming in on a JetBlue flight to Westchester County Airport, you might see this view, which is Winged Foot there in the middle to the right. Most of the 36 holes there in the east and the west course, you can see kind of the clubhouse, maybe even the pool. Hey, did you know that Winged Foot had a pool? Did you know that there are members at Winged Foot that don't know we have a pool? Because it's not Winged Foot Country Club. It's Winged Foot Golf Club, and we'll be celebrating our 100th anniversary come May and June of 2023. But just to the left up there is another Tillinghast golf course. That's Quaker Ridge. What a beauty that is. If you ever get a chance to play that, it's very hard to get on, and you would just love it. Different in some similarities, but different in a lot of ways. There's more out of bounds. It's a little bit tighter from hole to hole. Down on the lower left, you see Bonnie Briar. That's even tighter. If you want to learn how to hit the ball straight, Lee Trevino could play that with his eyes closed because he hits it so straight. But Bonnie Briar is a tight little gem. And on the top is Saxon Woods. That's one of the public courses here offered to people that live in the area in Westchester County. Moving down from your JetBlue A320 or whatever plane you're on, you're looking at, this is Winged Foot. Many of the 36 holes, you can see the clubhouse now. You can see the 18th green there on the west course. You can see the 18th green on the east course. In the first hole that we outlined in episode 1, see the driving range, and you see the beginnings of the east course over there. East course is kind of interesting. I don't know if you've never been to Winged Foot. There are 10 holes on that side to the right of the clubhouse till you come to the clubhouse to get your libation or your Coke or your Fresca. You play 10 holes, and then the back 9 to the east is 8 holes. We'll talk more about that, but that's the layout as you come in. And so why don't we drive a little bit closer? And the reason we wanted to do 1A is talk just a little bit more about the green. And Billy and I kind of elaborated how that second shot, whether it's 170 yards on one west, you hit a good drive up the middle, right center at that A-frame tree. Now you got your 170, 880, maybe 200 because you're into the wind, and you've got to pick a hybrid or a 5-wood or maybe a long iron. This is what you're trying to get to over that fairway bunker that we said was pretty wide, 30 yards short of the green from the green side part of the fairway bunker. And even if you're in this area, that fairway, that closely mown area there, you're in great shape because you can see the green and you can already start to see some of the contours, bunkered left, bunkered right. What I also like about this shot, this overhead shot, is you can see many of the holes on the West course laid out to you. Of course, number 1, off to the right is the tee on number 2. Just behind one west is the 8th green. That's a really beautiful hole. We'll talk about that. On the left there is, you see some of the tees. You can't see all of them because we've added some tees over the last couple of years on the 9th hole. And you can see that line that comes straight down. That's a straight line from the tee. That hole now maybe in the 580, 590 range from the back of that tee, which goes all the way back to that kind of hut where if you're getting rained out or there's lightning, you might want to sit in one of those old wooden huts and wait the storm out. You see the 12th east there. You see over to the left side in the left corner, you see the bunkers on some of those bunkers on 17 west and 12 west and 14 west over way in the distance is 15. So it's a great panoramic shot of the west course and some of the holes on the back 9 of the east course. So let's take one more drill down and get closer to the first west green. This, it does again show you more of the undulation. You can see the front of the green is lower and you can see it's a steep climb up there. No wonder why people want to hit a chip and run with a flatter iron or a putter to get it up to that middle, because oftentimes the pin is in that middle area, either left, middle, or to the right. As you see that pin, that's a little further back. One of the tougher pin places is when that pin's in the front. And the good news is there, if you chip it a little long, it might go up the slope and come back to you. Today, you can see, you look real closely over in the back right is that pin. So the way the one west is in the middle, there's a swale on the left and there's a swale on the right, and it creates a low area there. That's that middle area. And then where you see the pin now is sort of back middle right on the other side of the right swale. So let's say you've hit a great second shot, your 4 hybrid, your 4 wood, 5 wood, whatever it is, and you're in the middle of the green or even on the front of the green. Now you've got this uphill putt that's got to negotiate that swale, and then you just want it to trickle over the swale because there's maybe a bathtub or a bathtub and a half maybe worth of room over there of green. If you don't hit it hard enough, you're going to be back in that valley and you're going to be faced with a similar putt again. So it's not hard to understand that you could 4-putt. But if you do go past the swale, 2, 3, 4 feet is really acceptable because you can make the 2-putt. That's one of the more challenging. His brother Neil Regan was here. He'd love this picture because he put you right here in the fairway and said, let's see what you can do. I'll buy you a shirt in the clubhouse if you can get a 4 out of here. 2 putts or up and down from here. So that's what episode 1A from Alternate Shots is a little bit about. It's a little bit about coming to Winged Foot. It's how many golf courses are in this just 1 square mile area that are really gems, 2 from Winged Foot, Quaker Ridge, etc. And kind of the view of what you're going to see as you come for the first time or the 10,000th time to Winged Foot.
Thanks for joining us
Casper,
today.
Billy
We
Harmon,
really appreciate your
Double
feedback.
Indemnity,
And please
Arky,
subscribe to the
Two
show
Outer,
and hit the
Claude
bell
Harmon,
icon so you get notified
Movie Classics,
of new episodes.
Mark Gable,
Hit them
Odd
hard
Job,
and hit them off.
Best 36 Holes.